Yo, what's up guys? This is Christo and welcome to another episode of Toy Punks. This is episode number 14 and today we got a special one. We're going to be doing the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set. We're going to do an unboxing and a review of the entire set. You got to excuse me for a little bit of the noise around here. I'm actually out in the streets of New York trying to get my way around here. I'm on a business trip right now and trying to get some food.
Welcome to Ninja's Pizza. What do you want?
Yeah, can I get 2 slices of pepperoni?
2 slices of pepperoni?
Yeah.
That's $6.50.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. We got some awesome music for this one set up for you. This is called Krang, is the name of the band, and the album is called Baddest. This is actually the only skate punk band in the Czech Republic, and they're really awesome. They play a lot of songs about the 80s and 90s action movies, and of course, they got a couple Ninja Turtle songs as well.
2 pepperoni, order up.
Oh man, that was fast. I gotta go. I gotta get this pizza real quick. So, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Toy Punks. Oi! Yo, this is Christo, and we've got a special episode of Toy Punks for you today. We've got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector's case. Check this thing out, guys. This doesn't even need an introduction. You've seen it. You know exactly what this is. It's amazing. It's limited to only 5,000 pieces, which is incredible. I wish they had made more because I kind of wanted to get 2, but I was lucky enough to grab one of these online during the pre-orders, actually on the first day. Which is insane because if you guys were trying to buy this thing, you know that sold out in about 2 minutes, and they even they dropped it early at like 12:58 or something like that. I don't remember exactly when, but it was insane. It was really hard to get these things. I can't believe I grabbed one. This is actually my first Comic-Con exclusive set I was ever able to get my hands on. So let's get right into this. We'll check out this case because I know that's what you want to hear about. So check this thing out. I mean, it's got artwork on it that's really cool. It's an homage to the TMNT Adventures Archie comics, and it's actually drawn by Ken Mitroni. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he did the artwork for the TMNT Adventures as well, which is really cool that they got him in to do this. Take a look at this thing. I mean, you got the 4 turtles on here. They got their classic weapons. Mikey's being silly, Raph is angry, Leo's leading, and Donnie's doing his thing, thinking about some tech, I don't know. Check out the side, it's got a crazy little palm tree, it's kind of goofy, it looks a little Dr. Seuss-ish, but it's really still cool. The back is my favorite, actually, because you got Shredder and Krang just coming at you, it's sweet. It's got the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle logo on it, which I wish it had the classic one, it would have been better. From what I understand, Nickelodeon will not allow them to use the classic one. This is the new image. This is what they're using. That's their logo. So I get it. You know, you don't want to use your old logo. You want to push the new brand. So it's got the latches on the side here as well. Got foot soldiers down here. Really cool. These classic latches, just like the collector's case actually that came out back. There was 2 of them. One came out in 1988, and the other one came out in 1990. Which were really cool. You could store like 10 or 12 figures in there. I remember having one. It was pretty awesome. It had the handle on the top just like this one, which has got the turtle heads again up there. But, you know, I remember being a kid bringing that thing over to my friend's house with all my toys so we could play. I stuffed all kinds of stuff in there, not even just Ninja Turtles. But that's the case. I mean, it's incredible on its own. We're going to get this thing open. It's a big set. There's 8 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take out the Ninja Turtles. You're going to check those guys out. And then I'll take out all the villains, and we'll check those guys out separately. And then probably afterwards, we'll do a little side-by-side just so you can check them all out together. But let's get to this. And, yeah, before I actually get to this, I am going to note one thing. When I got this, I opened this up just to make sure it was good. I'm going to be honest, I opened it up to check it. However, I have not looked at these yet. So what you're seeing right now is my first time checking these figures out, aside from making sure that they were all in the package. But down here, you're going to notice this is snapped right here. Let's see if I can get down there and see it. But this spot right here is broken. And that's kind of a pain, you know. It showed up like that. I'm not too happy about it, but I'm hoping that NECA will take care of it for me. I did send them a message already. Their customer service is pretty sweet. It's also got a dented little spot back here from shipping. Kind of hard to see, but it's sweet. Otherwise, But hopefully NECA customer service will come through, hook me up, get me a new box or something. I don't know what they can do, but they're pretty good with their customer service. I've had an issue with them in the past, and they took care of it for me right away. For my back gremlin, the stand snapped, and they sent me a new piece. It was sweet. So real quick also, before I get these things open for you guys, I'm going to show you just kind of how it's packaged. You can see, like I said, it's in the collector's case. The turtles are on top. They got their own. It's a black plastic piece, and you can just pull them out. And underneath is the villain pack as well, which is awesome. These things are awesome. I'm really excited. I'm going to get this thing going for you guys. So let's get these open and check them out.
Fighting crime is your test, don't do it without the mask. Casey knows it well, how can I have the spell? No need for superpower to do what is right. Just take from that break man, go home during the night. Wigward steal steroids. These men who all cleaned your mess. Casey Jones will kick your ass. Man who breaks every mugger bones. That's Casey Jones, that's Casey Jones. Never from call of prison steel, but for a love trap with April O'Neil. It's not the end of the story, kids. Still serving justice on the streets. Wigward skill steroids. These men who all cleaned your mess. Casey Jones will kick your ass. Man who breaks every mugger bones. That's Casey Jones, that's Casey Jones.
All right, so let's check him out. Let's check out Raph first. Grab him off his little stand here and take a look. He's really cool, aside from a little bit of wonky eye there. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he took a blow to the head, but he is looking two different directions. So the rest of the turtles do not have that, but he does. I don't know. I mean, sometimes that happens. I've seen a lot of other NECA figures with the wonky eye. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it would be too difficult, but these are still really cool. The paint job aside from that is really nice. They look a lot like the classic figures from the Ninja Turtle cartoon, which this is from. They do have a different paint job on the back. You can see it's a little bit of darker green, and then it transitions over to a lighter green. I like that they didn't go bright with these guys, because really, if you watch the show, they're really not super bright, you know. Their colors are a little bit darker green, and they did a good job of capturing that. The shell looks really nice. It's got the darker ingrains here. It's got his belt with his R for Raph, all that good stuff. His sides are painted both brown and silver, which is good. You can check out him. We'll go with the articulation here now. His head is on a ball joint, which is good. They're really stiff, but his shoulder moves up and down, and then he's also got the upper arm swivel. He's got the elbow articulation and some wrist action that swivels. Same thing on the other side. Like I said, they're really stiff. I don't want to mess with them too much because I don't want any of this stuff to break. This thing is awesome, and I really want to get these guys displayed. So as far as the legs go, they're actually really loose right here. He's doing a little action there, but they do spread out here. I think once you spread them out, it gets a little tighter. You know, I mean, his stance is kind of going to be a little bit wider because he's getting ready for battle, so it's all right. He should still be able to stand. He's got the double jointed knees, which is good. You can get some full action there. If you got a flight stand, you know, you can have him jumping in the air, going after him or something. It would be really cool. Attacking Shredder, because now we got a Shredder too. His ankle articulation is standard. His toes don't move. Some figures, they got the toes to move to get a little bit of stance if you want to kind of put him in a combat stance, but these don't. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue, but he's really cool, aside from the wonky eye. We'll move on here right along the line. We'll go on down to Leo now. Check him out. Yeah, and you can see he's got a nice paint job. He doesn't have a wonky eye, really, so that's good. He's got the same articulation. I don't have to show you guys the articulation on all of these figures because all 4 of these guys have the same articulation. He's got the, the head, arms, legs, all the standard stuff. No waist, obviously, because it's a turtle with a giant shell. Paint job is very similar. They all have the same green, it looks like. They didn't change them. I know that some different images of the turtles, Donnie's got a different color green. The original figures from the original series, they have different color greens on them from each figure. But these ones all seem to be the same, which is fine. I'm pretty sure in the show they're all the same as well. So, same thing. Check him out. He's really sweet as well. It's a little loose as well. I don't know if all of them are supposed to be like that. Maybe it's just the way that they're designed because they're supposed to take the wider stance. I'm not too sure. But either way, I got these NECA stands. I'll put them on the stands, and they'll stand real nice on the shelf. He's got his, his swords. They're sweet. They look really good. Again, they painted the handles and the top part here with a different color on the blade, which is really nice. You crazy with it? Put a little blood on there or something? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with any of this. I'm going to put them on a shelf, and they're going to look awesome in my collection. We'll move on to Donnie before I show you all the accessories. Same thing again with Donnie. He's got the D, he's got the belt, he got the paint. He's got the articulation, he's got his bow staff. That again, it's got nice detail. I'm going to take this out of his hand real quick so I can show you. And actually, I'm not, just to show you that this is actually the first time I'm messing with these figures, I showed you the wrist. He actually has a different wrist articulation. I don't actually know if the rest of them have that same articulation. They do not. So it looks like Donnie's got different articulation in his wrists just because he's got the bow staff. He's got to be able to hold it, so he can also move his hand in and out, which is cool. That's good that they did that. I think probably I'm going to guess that Mikey's got the same thing because he's got the nunchucks. We'll find out in a minute. Same paint, everything's similar. He is actually extremely tight. I'm even kind of scared to move these guys around right now. I got to get them under a little hot water maybe or a blow dryer and try to move these around so they don't break on me when on my brand new set. So moving right along, we'll check out Mikey, the master, the jokester, the prankster. He actually has some wonky eyes. Look at that. See, again, like I said, this is the first time I'm really examining these guys because I wanted to get this up here for you guys, man. I want you guys to be able to enjoy this with me. That's what Toy Punks is all about. Good music, good toys. Oi. Same articulation, and as expected, he does have the extra wrist articulation. His weapons are sweet. It's got the metal chain on it, and I really like that. A lot of them, all the old figures, they just got that plastic on it. It ends up bending, breaking. It's never the same again. This is a chain, so it's going to last. It's going to be sweet. And one of my favorite parts about him, actually, from the segue right here, we'll move into the accessories, is if you take this, I believe it's this one. I did mess with this right before. And one of these, nope, wrong one. Actually comes apart. Okay, it was the right one. There. So this comes off, and then you just have a handle until you hook up the spinning nunchaku. Pop it in his hand, and it moves around really nicely, and give it a little spin. So it's really sweet. I mean, obviously you can't keep it spinning, but it's a nice little play feature on there. It's a really cool accessory. Mikey spins his chucks all the time, so it's cool to have him have that in his hand. You can put it up there. He can rock that with another nunchuck in his other hand at the same time. Really sweet. So not only does he have the awesome spinning nunchuck, he's also comes with his grappling hook, which if you know from the original series, he only had his nunchucks for one season. After that, parents complained nunchucks are too dangerous for children. So they got rid of the nunchucks, they did what the parents wanted, and Mikey carried around a grappling hook for the rest of the show. It's got just a string on here, you know, you can put this little piece in his hand. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a just a little plastic piece that he can probably hold on to. There we go. And it's cool because the grappling hook does close and then it opens. It's kind of nice. I'm glad that they added that in there. It is ridiculous that they had to get rid of the nunchucks because why are swords okay, but nunchucks are not? I don't know. But the rest of the figures, the rest of the accessories here are pretty cool as well. We do have quite a few different hands. We got thumbs up hands, which these hands do have the, I'm not going to mess with it too much again, but these hands do have the wrist articulation that moves the way that Donnie and Mikey's hands move. You got two hands giving you the old pointer finger. I believe that these hands are probably, you can probably move these into any of these Ninja Turtles hands probably. Because they're all the same. There's just two sets of each. This is a hand grabbing. You know, maybe he's grabbing a slice of pizza. Give him a little handshake, maybe a high five. I'm going to go with the high five because that'll be pretty sweet. Probably have, I don't know, Mikey and Donnie giving a high five. Who knows? We've also got a couple turtle comms here, which is really cool. They did give us 4, so you got one for each of the turtles. 2 of them are closed. Because if you know, Donnie created the first iPhone with FaceTime back in the old show. And here they are, because they pop open. They don't actually pop open. I wish they did, but you get these other 2 that are opened, and you got your turtle comms here. So, really cool, awesome accessory. Really a lot of good detail in there. If you check out this paint, they didn't skimp out on making these nice and detailed. You can see all the little buttons. It's got a little screen. Awesome little details. You got a whole pizza here, because turtles love pizza. Different ingredients. You got some mushrooms, pepperoni. I don't know. I love pizza. I'd eat it right now if it was real. It's pretty weird, right? That's why it says weird. It also has one single slice of pizza, which you could probably put in any of their hands. They can take it, put it in their mouth, you know, all that good stuff. Or you bring up Raph, because he's got a little bit of an attitude. He's kind of crude. He eats his pizza off his side, which is really cool. It's an awesome feature. I love that they put that little hole in there so you can put the sai through it. You know, Donnie throws a slice, Raph jumps, catches it, boom, pizza in the mouth. Sweet. So that's the turtles. We're gonna get these guys out of the way now because I'm really excited to check out the villain pack. We've been waiting for a nice shredder from NECA from the original cartoon for a long time, so I'm really excited to check him out. So let's get these guys out of the way, and we're gonna check out the villain pack.
He's not a hardcore friend, but if he was, he would have go clean fun just because. He can mosh, he has no likes, all this doesn't mean he's not a straight edge. He doesn't drink, he doesn't eat, I think he doesn't even sleep. He doesn't have random sex, and he's from Dimension X. He doesn't drink, he doesn't eat, I think he doesn't even sleep. He doesn't have random sex, and he's from Dimension X. As you can see, he's everything free. That makes him more rich than anyone will ever be. Ever be, ever be. So don't give up with your PMA world. You can be drug free, it keeps you frail. Keeps you frail, keeps you frail. He doesn't drink, he doesn't eat, I think he doesn't even sleep. He doesn't have random sex, and he's from Dimension X. He doesn't drink, he doesn't eat.
Woo! Here we go. We got them all out. We got them all ready. These are all the villains. Check this out. We got Shredder. We got a foot soldier. We got a second foot soldier. And my favorite, we got Krang. I mean, these guys are incredible. I've said it again. I'll say it again. I mean, these are awesome. I love every single one of these figures. We're going to take a look at Shredder first because I've been dying to look at this guy since I ordered this. He's got, as you can see, he's got a sweet cloth cape. Really nice. Flows really well. Looks really good on him. It's awesome. He's got a lot of good paint on here. You can see they got the different shades of metal here, kind of to do a little effect again, just like the Turtles, where it's a little bit of shading effect. It looks really good. Same with the grays here. Is underneath his arms, it's a little bit darker. He's got the nice shin guards. He's got the arm guards. He's got the shoulder guards. He's got the hands. It's awesome. He's got everything. It's really cool. These guards, the armor is kind of soft, which is cool. I don't know how it would look if it was hard, but it's pretty cool. Either way, it looks good. This part's a little soft. Other than that, everything else is just a regular figure. Helmet looks sweet. A lot of detail. Focus in here. I mean, just check him out. He's awesome. His eyes are not wonky, which is good. You can see that. Can't. There we go. His eyes look good, actually. He's got a nice angry little look on his face. He looks exactly like he looks in the show, in my opinion. I think he looks great. He's got some good articulation. The shoulders. Again, these figures are really tight. He's got the arm swivel. Double jointed elbows, which is cool. It's good. He's got his wrist here. He's got the closed fist right now. He does come with 2 other sets of hands, which is cool. These wrists move this way and also swivel on both sides. These are the closed fists, so if he wants to punch out some turtles, although I guess he would kind of blast them in the face with these blades, right? If he punched them. I don't know. He always just ran away from them in the show. But still, he's an awesome figure. He looks good. He's got just looks like back and forth articulation here on the hips. Double jointed knees. His legs actually move a lot smoother than the Turtles do. They're not so stiff. He's got nice ankle articulation here, and he does have the foot bend as well right there, which is cool because then you can kind of put him in a pose where he's getting ready to go at the Turtles. It's sweet. He looks really good. He's got a lot of our accessories as well. We're going to go over those once we check out the rest of the figures. I'll show you. You know, he's got different hands to hold his accessories and all that good stuff. Same with the foot soldiers. We're going to check these guys out. This is basically a twofer. Because if you look at them, I mean, they're the same figure. But they're really sweet. They look exactly like they do in the show. You know, they're kind of hunched over. They always looked like that. They never really, like, marched really well. They were kind of goofy. They always got their butts kicked, really. All of them, really, though. If you watch the old show, the Turtles never lost. As far as articulation go, he's got shoulder articulation that just kind of moves back and forth. He's got the double jointed elbows, just like Shredder, which is good. He's going to need those because he holds these big guns and stuff. They always had these big blaster rifles, but they could never, ever hit the Turtles. He's got the double jointed knees. Hips move forward and back. Same articulation as Shredder, pretty much, in the feet. Same thing on both sides. His head is on a ball joint, so you can move him around however you want to make him look. The Turtles are standing to the left or the right, whatever, you know. So that's the foot soldiers. Again, they're all both the same figure. The paint job, actually, I forgot to mention, is really nice. I just noticed this fine detail here where they actually added a little bit of like a piece of strap here that's holding on his piece up here, which is pretty cool. I like that they added that. I didn't see that at first. You know, he's got his guards on the arms as well, just like they had in the show, just like they have on the other figures. I wish I had brought some of the other figures so we could kind of see them for scale from the original vintage line. I've got all the first series, so I should have brought those, but I did not. Moving on to Krang. He's really sweet. He's got his, you know, his little robot legs, carrier chair thing. The legs move pretty decently. I noticed that this one actually swivels a little bit. I think it's meant so that way you can kind of, again, put him in like a little stance like he's walking towards you. The joints here move as well. The arm joints, I don't quite know what they're called on this machine. I just lost a Krang arm. These arms, too, I was going to show that next, is they just pop out of here and they pop in, which is really cool because then he's in his chair. And you want to take him out, pop him out, boom, Krang comes right out. He's awesome. We're going to take a look at him for a second. As soon as I put his arms back on, his arms pop right back on. Boom. Now you got a sweet Krang. I mean, check this guy out. Would you mess with this guy? He'd kill you. Maybe. Or just unsuccessfully try. Big giant brain. He looks really cool. He's got a sweet facial expression. The paint is really good. If you look in here, I mean, it's kind of hard to focus, but he's got his teeth. Everything looks amazing on this guy. He's awesome. He's probably my favorite figure. Him and Shredder are both really sweet. I've been waiting to get a sweet set of these guys for a while. Like I said, this is my first NECA set. But he's awesome. His paint is good. He's got the veins and everything. It's really, really cool. He looks good. We'll move on straight into his chair, which looks good. It looks good. This just lifts up. You can pop him in. It's got good paint job. Everything around it. Again, not a detail missed, really, in my opinion. They hit everything, even the underneath. I mean, look at that. They even bothered to fill that in, and they didn't just leave it plain. They could have, but they went all the way. I really like it. It's really, honestly, like totally worth the price point for these figures. $200 for 8 figures. That's $25 a piece. I mean, that's such a reasonable price for these figures. It's awesome. If you don't want him to stand in his chair, though, we'll move on to the accessories. He's got this little other stand that he can sit on, which, if you remember in the show, he had this, I believe, and when he didn't have his body, and he'd be like, Shredder, where's my body? You know, whatever. I can't really do it, but it was fun. It was cool. And that's really sweet. There's also a little canister here of what is probably mutagen or potentially anti-mutagen. If we look at the foot soldier weapons, they got this gun, which is really sweet. And they've got this gun, which is also really sweet. They did usually have a couple different guns in the show. They have the fist hands, and then they also have these hands that they can use to hold the gun. They each come with a set of gun holding hands, face smacking hands, and face punching hands, which is sweet. Real quick, I'll show you that you can kind of just pop this in here. They're a little stiff, but you know. And then I'm not going to do the whole gimmick. You get the idea, and then he can hold it. Him as well. Maybe I'll show you one just to be doing it. This one actually is a little tight, but you can get in his hand. Boom. Again, his hand pops off. I'll just show you one real quick. I'm going to show you some on Shredder because Shredder's really awesome. But there you go. You know, he can hold his guns. Awesome. Really cool figure. Really cool accessories. The paint on the accessories, again, it's just, they knocked it out of the park. NECA did a great job on these. Very minor complaints on the figures, really. We move on to Shredder's weapons. He's got this sword. He's got his little sword holding hand. Boom. Bring him in because he's just awesome. Move this stuff out of the way. Throw it in his hand here. Again, just pops right off. Pretty easy. Not too much effort needed. Pops in. Boom. I'll get you, turtles. You know, I mean, he's awesome. And then he would run away because everybody else would get beat, and he didn't want to get beat.
Well, gang, looks like it's back to the old pet shop for us.
Far from Tonight I dine on turtle soup. No! Master Splinter!
Climb on my back!
So yeah, that's his sword. I mean, it's pretty standard. It's just like he's got in the show. It looks good. It's pretty detailed. It's got a nice paint job on it, like I said. We're going to move on. I'm going to show you guys the hands real quick because we need the hands for the rest of the accessories. He's got, like I said, he's got his fist here, as you can see. He's got an open hand. He's got two, actually. He's already got one in his hand for the sword, of course. And then he's got these hands as well, about to do a little kung fu, which, you know, if you remember the original figure, he had the hand like this. It's kind of cool. He's getting ready to do battle. It's a good thing that they threw that in. One interesting thing about these ones is that actually the rest of them have the soft plastic. This is actually hard plastic on here, so I'm not too sure why they did hard plastic on these ones. Doesn't really matter, but it's just interesting that it's a little different for these. So set those aside. Let's check out the next weapon here. He's got a really sweet retro mutagen gun here in his hand that he used to use in the show, if you remember. He would use this. He was always trying to turn the turtles back to their normal form, back to just turtles with this gun. And again, highly detailed, lots of paint on here. It looks really good. Pretty sweet. He can hold this guy right here. And then you can, again, his hands come off. The process is kind of repetitive. I've shown you the same thing like 5 times, but you know, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. The nice thing is though, once you get this set up, you know, you get them the way you want it, and then you let it sit there for, you know, maybe a week, maybe a month, and then you change it up. Give him a new stance, give him new accessories in his hands. So there you go, you know, I mean, he's ready to fight some turtles right there. Pretty sweet. The next accessory is my favorite one that he's got. It's really cool. They gave him the Krang communicator with a little Krang in there. It's just a sticker, but it's still nice that it's in there. It's got the little wave here. It may be hard to see on the camera, but it's there. It looks just like it did in the show. Again, high detail, really good. It's pretty awesome. You know, Krang would always be yelling at him, telling him how he failed and stuff. It's pretty funny, so it's a good show, and I'm really glad that they threw that accessory in there because it's really cool. So that's pretty much it for these guys. I'm going to bring the turtles out now. We're going to take a look at the turtles and the villains side by side so you can kind of get a scale comparison, see how they look. Because really, I mean, all together they look amazing. They look amazing separately, but even better when they're all together. It's awesome. So let me get these guys over. We'll bring in the turtles, and we'll do a comparison here in a second. So I'll be right back. Here we go, guys. We got them all. We got all 8 of them lined up in a row. They look awesome. They look sweet. I know I said I wasn't going to mess with the hands, but I couldn't resist. When off camera, I ended up putting the guns in both the foot soldiers' hands. I got Shredder holding his comm. I got Donnie holding the comm. Raph's looking forward to a little pizza. We got Mikey giving a little spin up here. I mean, this set is just sweet. I love every little bit about it. I mean, aside from the dinged up box with the small issue, you got a couple wonky eyes. You got a little bit of, some loose joints, but overall, this set is awesome. One thing I did want to throw in, because I forgot to do it, in my excitement, I forgot to mention that with the sculpts on these guys, the 4 turtles are actually, they're repaints of last year's video game line that they came out with the Ninja Turtles that they did last year at San Diego Comic-Con. However, these 4 here are all new sculpts. Which is really cool. We didn't have a Krang before, now there's a Krang. The foot soldiers are all new sculpts. The Shredder's a brand new sculpt. It looks awesome. These guys are really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys can get your hands on a set of these if you didn't pick them up at San Diego Comic-Con or in the pre-order, because NECA's seriously knocking out of the park with these Ninja Turtle figures, and with what's to come, I mean, with the announcement of the Dimension X figures, it's gonna be killer. These are gonna look great on a shelf all together. It's gonna be sweet. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Toy Punks. Oi!
So thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you don't mind. I'm just finishing up my pizza real quick. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the figures. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on all of that now. If you like the music, again, that was the band Krang. Their album came out in 2016. It was called Baddest Brain. They're from the Czech Republic. It's the only skate punk band in the Czech Republic. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Spotify, Bandcamp, all that stuff.
Yo, Nick, hope you got a slice for
You're not
us,
going to
buddy.
believe this, but I'm pretty sure the Ninja Turtles just walked up in here, trench coated up and everything. I got to go. This is crazy. I got to go. Toy Punks. Oi!